I wanted to show you a different option for the cover of our special box that Clare Charvill designed. At first I have more 8 by 8 than 12 by 8 in the paper I'm using. I think it's called Parisian. It's a reprint, I guess, of Graphic 45. And so I was thinking of making my book smaller so I could use more 8 by 8, but I've just sort of combined the pieces and I've just begun designing. But I decided to make a folio inside more for photos than a journal. And I wanted the cover of the journal to show. So these were my 4.5, this was for the smaller one, I didn't use it. This would be my 4.25, or let's see, 4 1/8 by 9.5. This is only 9. And I drew my cover that was going to cover my frame, and I drew the inside of the cover. And what I was going to do was cut out the inside of the frame so it just made a hole, and that's what I did. So I want to show you how I did it and then show you how I'm making my cover a little bit differently. So I have the frame attached to one side, and my other side, it's not attached. But I do have a magnet there, so it catches this and helps hold it up. So this is just one side, and so far I have not decorated the inside. I've only done the edge. Now this one, let's see, this will be my top. I cut a frame in half and covered it from the back. So what I might do is find more of this print and put it on the back of that, so when it's separate it'll look like a frame. I'm not sure yet. But as you can see, there is a piece of vinyl on my acrylic, and underneath I have my album. Now my album has just begun. I made the piece that I cut out from here is under a cutout from the papers. I did not have any cards, all I had was paper. And I left the side open, let's see, under the board, so I have a pocket here that I can add things to. I am going to make it 3-sided, just started designing it, let's see. And I want to have a waterfall in the middle. So that's all I've designed so far. Because I made it a folio for photos, not for journals, so it's going to be a little fatter. I made the sides of my box a little larger, I think by 3/8, both the top part and the side part. And I'm going to, so far I've just done this one page, and I rounded my corners, so I haven't added my black pages yet, and I want to make these multi-levels and maybe just one flap over the inside journal. Now the inside, not the inside journal, the inside waterfall. And I made it so that I'll have room to add acrylic over each of the photos that I put in. But what will show under my cover is the print underneath. So now I'm just going to show you how to add Claire used beads, and I'm just using loose sequins. So let's see. I decided to keep the vinyl inside my acrylic. The head of the picture underneath shows here. So not sure how many I'm going to use, but I thought this was leftovers in my stash, and it's called Bluebell by Close to My Heart. And it's just different color blues. And I thought that would be a fun shaker card. I'm not sure if I put too many. I want the rose vinyl that I cut out to show, so I think I'll take out a few. Okay. Now on here, I just have double-sided tape. And I'm removing the tape cover. And let's see, under here, yes, here's a piece of acrylic. Now I want to make sure, just like I did the bottom one, that I put anti-static over it. And I'm placing it right on top of that double-sided tape. Now if you listen to Claire's class, you know she said that tacky tape or tacky glue does not mix well with acrylic, the acrylic sheets, because if you get glue, tacky glue or any glue on the acrylic, it's almost impossible to remove. So even though I have tape on here, I'm adding another row of tape on top of my acrylic. I want to make sure it's very secure. I did let this dry overnight. I did not put, I just used tape, but I put pressure on it like Claire suggested, so that so that this would be nice and secure, especially since this is double thickness, but because the hole is out there, I want to make sure I have it attached well to my cover, my sliding cover. Now what's fun about this, Claire mentioned that little inner book that she made, that it might be fun to make a few of them. And since my box is taller, I probably could make more little photo folders to fit in this box. And then depending on which one was on top would show what was through the clear acrylic. So it can be a very changing album. And I love things that change up. Since I have 10 grandchildren, often they come just as a family. Whoop, oh, I just tore it a little. And they love seeing pictures of themselves. I'm so used to the glue giving me a little wiggle room. The tape is a little harder. I just realized I forgot to take off the backing of the tape I just put on. So let me do that. It doesn't want to come. There we go. I think Claire was smarter in just taking off the glue on one side first. I'm going to bring this a little closer to myself. A lot of times when I have a frame like this, I just put 1-inch strips of paper. But I thought because this was a nice crisscross pattern, I did want to make the frame one piece. Okay, so there's my shaker card. Got one little piece caught in the rose, but I like it. And when it goes back on the box, it'll show the cover of the album underneath. So that's my variation, and I'll show you the book as I go along. I hope you like my adaptation and maybe try it for yourself. God bless.